Test. Why am I still? Why am I unmoving? Just like my heart. Hello? Okay, my V-bridger stopped working. Why? Why does you? Oh my golly gee. Okay, I'll at least enter the game first. Yeah, get in here. Like my I did test beforehand. It's not working for some reason. Maybe I'll unconnect and reconnect. Maybe it'll work. Sad. Yes, my doggy is going a little crazy. Okay, we get it. We get it. Chill. We know you're cute. Oh my golly gee. Why? Why did it stop working? What? V-bridger being kind of sussy. Yeah, I have stopped working, unfortunately. This is so weird. Like, right before I went live, I went to get a drink and now I won't track. Maybe I wonder if it's my phone or my computer. Like, it usually works again if I reset my computer, but I do not want to do that when I'm live. Yeah. Yeah, my dog, she might join us later. Who knows? Right now, she wants to be a little bit crazy. V-bridger, hello? Excusez-moi? This is kind of awkward. This is kind of super awkward. I'm always prepared, but never prepared for scuff. Gee, but yeah, I usually start earlier, but I was cooking and cleaning for so long that it lasted till like 9:30. I was like cleaning a really long time and cooking a really long time. Okay, maybe if I restart my phone. Okay, we get it. Puppy, we get it. You are here. You are living. You are breathing. You are barking. Yeah. But yeah. Wearing my iconic glasses. Probably by the time like I start to move, like the life in me starts to move again and I'm resuscitated, that's when my dog will probably stop barking. No, I don't want to be a BNG tuber. It took so long to cut everything. Like cutting for animation, like your illustrations, is a pain in the ass. Truly. It worked. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it was my phone, not my computer. Ah, yeah. Back in business, baby. Oh, yeah. So basically, we finished the common route and now we're just doing Ray's route. Yeah. Love Ray. Sarange. Like, Ray's? I love Ray and the main character. And then after this, we're just gonna be playing, like after Ray's route, we'll just be playing the other routes just cause I fucking own this game. No other route matters except for Ray's, but I know what happens at the end. Like, I don't like how his... Yeah, I won't ruin it, but I'm not super happy with the ending, but I haven't played it, so I can't really... I should probably hold my bias. Oh my goodness, my puppy is still going raging on. You good, bro? Bro? Okay, chill. Gamer, chill. Yeah, I took a bit of a break, so I don't really remember what happened. The audio should be okay. I adjusted it last time, but I'll look at the levels when it starts playing to see if it's still okay. Yeah. Also, as an artist, I find this game really damn interesting and fun. Like, there's a lot of artistic elements to it, and plus, like, one of the main love interests is a doctor. Wait, not Ray. Ray is just a genderqueer person with pink hair, which is, yeah. Okay, time to start. Wait, let's. What's the buttons again? How do I adjust? Oh, configure menu. Let's see. Is it?
Slow damage.
My God. That could be a little louder. The BG is a little quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That should be okay, because I want the voices to be louder than mine. Yeah. So basically, just like the common route, I'm basically gonna read everything in case someone's too fucking lazy to read it, because that's how I prefer watching visual novel playthroughs, because if I'm not playing it, you better be fucking voicing everything so I don't have to read. Yeah. Alright. What voice I did for him? I was craving booze, so I pulled on my coat and left the clinic. I had some bottles at my place, but I wanted a change of pace, so I headed to Roost. This was my first step outdoors in weeks, and my legs were sluggish, just like me for real. The cold night air nipped at my face, and it felt good. During the day, the warm air hung low over the city, but the nights were always crisp. As I approached the downtown area, foot traffic began to increase. My God, that time's really close to mine. Don't mean to dox myself, but the city was decked out in Christmas decorations. The classic songs played over the loudspeakers. Everyone who walked by was all smiles and laughter. The Christmas spirit at work, I guess. Then I spotted a kid clinging to a store display window, tugging on his mom's hand and begging for something. He pointed to a big teddy bear sitting on the windowsill. Sight made me avert my eye. I would too. For whatever reason, I didn't feel comfortable about it. Aside from the cold weather, I hated the month of December. I couldn't explain why, but it repulsed me. It's the capitalism, bro. Yeah, you can hear the Christmas music. As I hastened my pace, I noticed someone curled up in a ball in a narrow side alley. I couldn't tell if they were alive, but given the season, it wouldn't surprise me if they were dead. For most people, particularly those who lived on the mainland, Christmas was a time of love, hope, and joy, but Shinkomi was different. Each year, as the temperature got steadily colder and colder, deaths among the homeless population began to skyrocket. But Shinkomi didn't care about unidentified corpses. They had worse crimes to be dealing with. Fortunately, the city was originally built on a landfill, so there was no shortage of places to dump a body. Holy cow. These days, a lot of them were dumped in District A, in the sea of debris caused by sinkholes. This kind of thing was always on the news, but was so normalized by this point that nobody cared anymore. Sure, everyone was probably scared at first, but after you lived in it for a while, you would inevitably adapt. Shinkomi, you could step over a corpse and not even notice. Wow. Roost, 9:55 p.m. Arriving at Roost, I opened the door and walked in.
いらっしゃいってとは
Come in! Wait, Toa? As soon as Ray realized it was me, his customer service smile shifted to a concern.
大丈夫
Are you okay?
ああ
Yeah. I headed to the counter and sat down.
いらっしゃい、トワ君。
What was the voice for him? Welcome, Toa-kun. The manager called out to me from behind the counter.
久しぶりだね。何にする
Long time no see. What'll you have?
ウイスキーロックで
Whiskey on the rocks. With a nod, he fetched a glass and a bottle of whiskey. While I waited for my drink, I lit a cigarette. Ailing lightly, I shot a glance around the bar. Among all the regulars in attendance, I spotted a single unfamiliar face sitting at the very end of the counter. But before I could get a better look, Ray walked over. There weren't many customers today, so he was probably bored.
もう出歩いても平気なの
Is it safe for you to be walking around?
ああ
Yeah. Then my glass of whiskey arrived.
本当にっていうかちゃんとご飯食べた
Are you sure? I mean, did you even eat anything?
ああ
Yeah.
本当何食べた
You did? What'd you have? It was obvious he didn't believe me for a second. The look on his face said he expected to catch me in a lie.
カレーパン
The curry bun. I pinched the cigarette between my fingers and took a sip of whiskey.
うん
Stared at me suspiciously. To escape his gaze, I turned and faced forward. There was a laugh behind the counter, and I looked over.
いや、ごめんごめん。レイ君があまりにもトワ君を疑うから、面白くて。
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Raykun's absolute lack of faith in you is just really funny to me.
だって店長も知ってるでしょとあったら絵を描いてるときは本当に飲まず食わずになっちゃうんだもの
Yeah, a lot of artists are like that. You know what he's like, boss. Whenever he's painting, he never eats or drinks.
でもトワ君、うちのナッツ好きでしょ
Token likes our nuts, don't you, Token?
ま
Sure. Manager looked at me with an impish grin, so I played along. As far as snacks went, I liked the nuts a fair amount. I grabbed the tin of nuts off the shelf, poured some onto a little plate, and set it in front of me.
はい。今回の絵もとっても良かったよ。
Here, your latest painting is fabulous, by the way.
写真もうブログに載ってるわよ見た
I uploaded a photo to the blog. Did you see it?
いや
No.
よかったらまた現物を持ってきてほしいな。店に飾りたいから。
If you'd like, you can bring the painting in sometime. I'd love to display it.
あ
Sure.
私が持ってくるわね
I'll bring it in then. I didn't care about my paintings after I finished them, so I shrugged and ate my nuts.
絵を描き上げた記念にその一杯は私がおごるわ
As a treat for finishing your art, that drink is on me. Ray pointed to my glass and grinned mischievously. Mischievously. It's a hard word.
一杯だけ
Just one? I smirked back and he scowled.
一杯で十分でしょこの酔っ払い
All you need, you freaking lush.
冗談だよ。
Just joking. Ha, it was just a joke, bro. I grabbed my glass, toasted Ray, and took a sip.
あれだ。トワ来てたの？
God, Toa, you're here?
最近見なかったわね。
I haven't seen you in a while.
そういえば久しぶり。
Yeah, long time no see.
It's... Oh. I turned to find Ray's friend sitting at a table nearby, waving at me. The crew. Good representation. This is how queer friends look like. BT dubs. Big tits. Their names were Junko, Honami, and Arata. Junko worked primarily as a nurse at the clinic and occasionally took shifts here at Roos. Oh. The other two worked mainly at Roos while helping the clinic on the side, like Ray. Wow, no diversity in their jobs, huh? They were also Ray's deathmatch buddies. But today, they were here as paying customers. Like that. Those fingers there look really nice. Though, I can't really imagine wanting to come to your workplace on your day off. I only did it like once or twice, but you get sick of it. I wouldn't come back.
また絵を描いてたんでしょ？ブログ見たわよ。
I saw the blog. You finished something new, huh?
私も見たわ。今回もとっても素敵だったわね。
I saw it too. It's so cool. I nodded vaguely as they gushed amongst themselves, then took a drag of my cigarette.
絵が素敵なのはいいんだけど、どうすればトアがもっとご飯を食べるようになると思う？本当に最低限しか食べないのよ。
Yeah, his art is really cool and all, but how him just start eating right? Seriously, his calorie intake is barely the minimum. Ray muttered with a sigh.
そりゃだって見るからに食べないって感じするじゃない？っていうか今何か食べてなかった？ナッツ？
Girl, look at him. You know he doesn't eat. Actually, isn't he eating something right there? Nuts?
ナッツ？やだ、トマって意外と意識高い系。モデルがよく食べてるわよね。
Nuts? Oh my god, is Toa actually really conscious of his figure? I heard fashion models eat nuts like all the time.
トアとモデルが一緒とか絶対ないでしょ。
Toa is not a fashion model and you know it.
ないないやだ。
Definitely not. Oh my god. I ignored their blissfully ignorant conversation and sipped my whiskey.
そうだレイ、今度腕に光る角をつけたいんだけど、できる？
That reminds me, Ray. I want to put some glowing horns in my arm. Can you do that?
いいわよ。
Sure.
さすがボディアーティスト。いつもありがとね。
You're such a talented body artist. I can never thank you enough.
どういたしまして。希望の色とか形とか、他にも何かあったらまとめておいてね。あとは都合のいい日を教えて。
You're very welcome. Just write up the size and color and all the other details you want. Then tell me when you're free.
オッケー。
Okie dokie.
光る角ってちょっと面白そうね。私もこの間両手の小指の爪をマグネットネイルにしたんだけど、光り物も興味あるわ。
Glowing horns sound kinda cool. Recently I put magnetic nails on both my pinkies, but I like light up stuff too.
マグネットネイルって爪を磁石にして何かいいことあるの？
Magnets? What's so great about having magnetic nails anyways?
砂に指突っ込むと砂鉄が集まるわよ。
What? If you put your finger in some sand, it'll attract all the bits of iron.
何よそれ意味あるの？
So what? What's the point of that?
レイ、 私、スカリフィケーションをやってみたいんだけど、お願いできるかな？
I really like this person's voice. Wow. It's really nasally and high. Kind of like Swedish. Not like the country, but like sweet as in sugar.
Ray, I want to get into scatter fishing. Can you help me with that?
いいわよ。どこに入れたいの？
Sure, what's part of your body?
鎖骨の下とか。
Under my collarbone or something?
あら。じゃあ、ネックレスみたいに綺麗な模様にするのはどうかしら。何か希望があったら教えてね。
Oh gosh, you want to go for a cool design so it looks like a necklace? Let me know if you have any requests. Sure.
新たがスカリフィケーションをしたがるなんてちょっと意外ね。
Wow, Arata, you seem like the last person who would be interested in scarification.
そう？
Really?
そうね。ボディアートには興味ないのかと思ってたわ。
Really? I never thought you were interested in body art.
ただのタトゥーじゃつまらないから、どうせなら思いっきりやってみようかなって。
Well, I could just get a tattoo, but that's kind of lame. So I figured I may as well go big or go home.
いいじゃない。そういうの、私は好きよ。
That's such a great idea. I like the way you think.
ねえ、トワはやらないの？ボディアート。
Say, Toa, what about you? Wanna try some body art? The topic of conversation shifted to me, and I looked over my shoulder at them.
興味ない。
Not interested.
トワの体はもう十分アートみたいなものじゃない。
Toa's already scarified enough, if you ask me.
確かにそうよね。傷跡だらけの体って一種の芸術だと思うわ、私。
If you make a good point. If you ask me, his scars turn his body into a work of art. I agree.
トワっていつからそんな体なの？
You had them.
覚えてない。
I don't remember.
そもそも、トワっていくつだっけ？
How old are you anyway?
多分26。
26, I think.
あら、一番下の妹と同い年だ？
Oh, you're the same age as my youngest sister.
あんた、何人兄弟なのよ？
How many siblings do you even have?
3人よ。私が一番上。
Just two. I'm the oldest.
トワって兄弟いるの？
You have any siblings, Toa? Ray sucked in a breath. I turned back to the counter and exhaled a cloud of cigarette smokes.
妹がいる。
Just the one, a little sister.
そうなんだ。妹さんはどうしてるの？
Oh, cool. What's she up to these
俺が
days?
ガキの頃に病死した。
She died of an illness when I was a kid. The instant I answered, the cheer evaporated from the table. They all fell silent.
無神経なこと聞いちゃって。ごめんね。
That was insensitive. I'm sorry.
別に気にしてない。
No biggie. I don't care. But the awkward tension remained.
ほらほら、本人も気にしないって言ってるし。ね。
Come on, folks. It's no big deal. He said so himself, right? Ray exclaimed in a tone of forced cheer, looking around the table at everyone. I told Ray about my sister at some point in the past. My memories of my family were really fuzzy, so all I remembered was that I was sad when she died. These days, she almost felt like a stranger.
みんな暗くならないで飲んで飲んで。もう年末なんだし、悲しい気分は飲んで忘れなきゃ。
Yeah. Think happy thoughts, everybody. Get drunk. It's almost New Year's. 'Tis the season to drink the sad times away.
そうね。飲みましょう。もうすぐクリスマスパーティーもあるし、浮かれながら新年まで突っ走るのよ。
Yeah, let's drink. The Christmas party's coming up too. Let's end this year on a high note.
新たも。ね。
You too, Arata. Right. Marta seemed to feel guilty for making everything awkward. They smiled stiffly and nodded. From there, Ray casually changed the subject to something else, and the table regained its energy. As I sipped my drink, I glanced over at the other end of the counter. But the unfamiliar visitor I spotted earlier had already left. I made eye contact with the manager behind the counter. He shot a pointed glance over at Ray's table, then grinned and shrugged. I nodded in response, then downed the rest of my drink.
Christmas is coming. More bodies on the streets. The dark side of Christmas. An increase in debtors who die fleeing Shinkomi. Christmas is coming near us. Christmas is just 5 days away, but the city is feeling the holiday spirit. We're seeing more and more corpses on the streets. Small business owners may say this problem chases off customers.
1 a.m. After I had a little too much to drink at Roost, I headed back to the clinic. The bar was usually open till 5 a.m., but since they weren't many customers, they opted to close early. As I walked in through the front door, I found Taco sitting in the waiting room and drinking a can of coffee.
おう、おかえり。どうだ、体の調子は。
What's his voice again? Oh, hey, welcome home. How are you feeling?
平気。そうか。一応、怪我の具合だけ見せてくれ。
Gotcha. Well, let's take a look at your injuries, just in case. He was referring to the injuries I sustained during Ikuina's euphoric episode, which weren't fully healed. The two of us entered the exam room, where I pulled off my shirt and hopped onto the exam table. Taku stooped down, scrutinized each laceration, then began treatment.
順調だな。痛みは
Healing up right on schedule. How's your pain levels?
痛いっていうより、痛がゆい。
Don't really hurt, but they itch like crazy.
治ってきてる証拠だな。もしまた痛みが出るようなら言えよ。
That's a sign that they're healed. Let me know if they start hurting.
ああ。
Will do. He moved away from the exam table. I sat up and started to get dressed. But just then, I heard the front door fly open with a bang.
なんだ
What was that? Taku promptly walked into the hall. Likewise, I hopped off the exam table and followed after him. Shit.
Ray-chan! Who's that?
Back in the waiting room, we found Ray with a man's arm slung over his shoulders.
レイ、その人はどうしたんだ
Ray? Who's this? And what happened to him?
帰る途中で拾っちゃった。
I found him on my way home. He smiled stiffly.
大怪我してるみたいだったから、どうしても無視できなくて。
He looked like a total mess. I couldn't just leave him out on the street. The man's clothes were ragged, and he was bleeding all over.
とりあえず診察室へ連れて行け。
Alright, get him into the exam room.
わかったわ。とは手伝ってくれるって。
Sure thing. Toa, could you help me? Wait. As soon as Ray laid eyes on me, he scowled dubiously.
あんた、なんで上脱いでるの
Why the heck are you shirtless?
怪我の診察。
Medical examination. As I spoke, I walked over to him. Human bodies, guys in particular, could be pretty heavy when their owner wasn't pulling any of the weight. It took a lot of strength to carry a grown man. Yeah, his injuries look pretty healed. Don't really see much. I took the guy's other arm and put it around my shoulder. Then, matching my pace of phrase, I helped him get the guy to the exam room. Yeah, all of his cuts are healed. I love Ray's jacket. Fortunately, the man was conscious. After examining him, we took him to the medical ward, where Taku performed first aid. The guy had no birth certificate and no insurance, but this wasn't uncommon here in Shinkomi. Thus, most of the hospitals were willing to accept uninsured patients, and our clinic was no exception. The man, named Mizuno, told us that he was jumped by a group of guys who beat him senseless. Christ. Ray had found him collapsed on the sidewalk while walking home from Roost. Since Ray looked like he had everything under control, I leaned back against the wall and watched from a distance. Mizuno's smoke was a pale forest green. Nothing special in terms of color. Normally I'd never even given him a passing glance.
処置はこれで終わりですが、もし具合が悪いようなら休んでいってもいいですよ。
Well, this concludes your treatment, but if you still don't feel good, you're free to rest a while before you go. Honestly, I kind of do the same thing as, like, Toa. Most people, I kind of associate them with certain colors.
いえ、家に帰ります。
No, I think I'll be going.
わかりました。一応薬を出しておきますね。どこか痛むとか何か気になることがあったら、またいつでも来てください。
Alright then, I'll give you some meds just in case. If you start hurting, or if you have any questions, come back anytime.
はい。
Yes, sir. He nodded meekly.
発見した時は死んでるのかと思ってびっくりしたけど、なんとかなってよかったわ。
When I first found you, I totally thought you were dead. Nearly had a heart attack. Glad you're all patched up.
あの時は正直死を覚悟してました。ありがとうございました。
At the time, honestly, I was pretty sure I was done for. Thank you so much.
レイって呼んでちょうだい。
Call me Ray.
はい、レイさん。
Thanks, Ray said. He bowed politely, then looked over at me. His eyes widened in response to my innumerable scars, or simply because I was undressed. I wasn't sure.
あ、そいつはトアね。この病院の極つぶしよ。
Oh, and that's Toa. He's our pet mooch.
働いてるけど。
Dude, I literally work here.
遅刻と欠勤の常習犯じゃない。てか服着なさいよ。水野さんが引いてるでしょ。
Either you're late or you don't show up at all. And for God's sake, put a shirt on. You're making Mizuno-san uncomfortable.
ああ、いえ、そんなことは。
Oh, no, I'm not.
おいおい、患者さんの前で喧嘩はやめてくれよ。
Folks, please, no bickering in front of the patient. At this, Mizuno started to shake his head, but winced.
俺のことは気にせず。
Oh, don't worry about me.
しばらくはちょっとした振動でも怪我に響いちゃうから気をつけてね。
Careful. Even the slightest jiggle is gonna hurt for a few days.
はい。お笑い番組はしばらく見ない方が良さそうですね。
Right. I better avoid the comedy channel for a while. His lips twisted halfway into a smile, the farthest he could go of his injuries.
帰りは一人で大丈夫？
Are you gonna be able to make it home okay on your own?
はい。骨も折れてなかったし、なんとか帰れると思います。
Yes, sir. Since I don't have any broken bones, I think I should be fine. As he slowly lowered himself off the exam table, Ray rushed in to help.
それじゃ、本当にありがとうございました。お会計は。
Well, thanks again. Where do I pay? I have a friend that dresses just like this and has a haircut just like this. It's kind of funny.
こっちよ。
Follow me. He held the door open, and Mizuna tottered after him.
気をつけてな。
Take care.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Doctor. Mizuno briefly inclined his head in Taku's direction, glanced at me, then left the room.
暴行ね
Gang assault. Eh. Taku folded his arms and sighed quietly.
最近集団リンチみたいなのが流行ってるらしいな。
These days, I keep hearing about some kind of lynch mob.
そんなの前からいくらでもあっただろ。
Those have always been around.
いや、噂じゃ同じグループが繰り返し犯行を重ねてるらしい。集団で一人を襲って寄ってたかって暴行するんだそうだ。
Yeah, but rumor has it that there's one specific group going around doing these crimes. They ambush solo victims and gang up on them.
あいつもその被害者ってことか。
So you think that was one of their victims?
確定はできんが可能性はゼロじゃない。まあ、確かにこの町で暴力沙汰なんて珍しくもなんともないからな。実際のところはわからん。
Can't be sure, but the possibility's there. Granted, this town sees its fair share of violence all the time, so it's hard to say. He gave me a defeated shrug. Just then, Ray returned from handing Mizuno's bill.
水野さん、一人で大丈夫かしら。
I wonder if Mizuno-san's gonna make it home okay.
大丈夫だろう。
Yeah, he'll be okay.
だといいんだけど。
I hope so. He cupped his cheek in his hand and sighed.
何か気になるのか？
Something bothering you?
ん？水野さんってすごくいい人そうじゃない？だから新公民にいたらいろいろと危険が多そうだなって。
Well, Mizuno-san seems like such a nice guy, you know? I'm worried it's not safe for someone like him to stay here in Shinkomi.
いくら治安が悪いと言われていても観光客は相変わらず来るし、若者だって増えてはいるからな。
Well, the crimes never stop the tourists from showing up. We're getting a lot more young transplants too.
そうね。
Yeah. He nodded, though he didn't seem fully convinced. Then he remembered something and frowned.
ところでタク、ちょっと気になったんだけど。
Reminds me, Taku, I have a question for you. Hmm?
診察室の机の上、あまりにも汚すぎない？書類は適当に置いてあるし、ペンとかハサミとか散らばってるし。
Has your exam room's desks always been that messy? You've got documents all over the place, pens and scissors.
ああ、
Oh yeah. Taku rubbed the back of his neck in a wry grimace.
患者さんが見たら、何この先生って思われるわよ。
Patients are gonna see that and think you're a slob.
確かにそうだな。後で片付けておくよ。
Yeah, you're right. I'll tidy it up
不
later.
思議よね。タクってトアの部屋は定期的に片付けるくせに、どうして自分の机はほったらかしにするのかしら。
You know, it's so weird. You always clean Tao's room on a set schedule. So why is it that you can't handle your own messes?
よくあるだろ。人のことは気になるけど、自分には無頓着ってやつ。あれだ。
Yeah, I think that's pretty common. Some of us prioritize other people over ourselves. That's all.
自分で言わないでよね。
Wow, and you're so humble too. Ray scoffed at Taku for a moment, but was interrupted by a sudden yawn. Hastily, he covered his mouth with one hand.
やだ、もう3時じゃない。そろそろ帰りましょう。
God, it's 3 a.m. already. Let's all go home.
だな。お前も部屋に戻れよ。
Good call. Go on back to your room, Toa. Okay, Dad. God. Will do. I grabbed my shirt and coat off the floor and left the room. Slow damage. PM the next day. I woke right as the clinic's lunch break was coming to an end, then carried out my morning routine to the sound of TV chatter. I was scheduled to work that afternoon, so I actually woke up precisely on time for a change. I slept a lot. He's probably like me, he can't fall asleep right away. As I washed my face in the bathroom, I overheard the robotic voice of the newscaster.
昨夜未明、男性が倒れていると新興未署へ通報があり、警察官が駆けつけたところ、
Early this morning, Shinkomi police received reports of a man lying unconscious on the street. When they arrived,
男性は重傷で、複数の男たちから暴行を受けたと供述しており、
he was severely injured. He testified that he was physically assaulted by a group of men.
As my ears picked up the bits and pieces, Mizuno came to mind. According to Taku, there was some lynch mob going around committing crimes for the fun of it. But Shinkomi saw dozens of similar cases on a daily basis. For all we knew, the culprits behind this news story could be entirely unrelated. I walked from the bathroom to the fridge, pulled out a bottle of booze, and had my breakfast for the day. Well, the cold alcohol cleared the fog from my sleepy brain. After that, I got dressed and headed downstairs. Lunch break wasn't quite over yet, but Arimura was already seated behind the reception counter. Technically, he wasn't scheduled to work today. Clearly, he hadn't expected me to miss my shift. Absolutely no faith in me whatsoever. Begrudgingly, he switched places with me. Right as I was settling in to endure the coming hours of mind-numbing boredom, I heard loud footsteps from down the hall, and moments later, Ray came running into the waiting room. He leaned over the counter and spoke under his breath.
あなたが運ばれてきたの。裏口の方に来てるから。
It's Arta at the back entrance. Panicked, he raced back down the hall. Oh wait, that's his friend, right? I'd already taken care of the patients in the waiting room, so I left the reception counter and headed to the medical ward. Inside, I found Arata lying on the bed while Taku performed first aid, and Ray assisted him. Meanwhile, Igarashi was standing in a short distance away, watching.
あ、トワさん。
Oh, hi, Towa-san. He smiled awkwardly and inclined his head in a greeting.
俺が新さん見つけたんです。用事があって近道しようと路地に入ったら、新さんが倒れてて。
I'm the one who found Arata-san. I was taking a shortcut from a alley when I found them collapsed on the ground.
新さんがレイさんの友達ってことは知ってたんで、すぐに電話して、それでって感じです。
I recognized them as Ray-san's friend, so I gave him a call, and here we are. I shot a worried look at Arata, who lay there with their eyes closed, possibly unconscious. With those bruises and cuts on their androgynous face, I could scarcely recognize them.
応急の処置はしたが、内臓に損傷があるかもしれない。
I finished the emergency first aid, but they could have some internal injuries.
念のためにうちじゃなくてもっと大きい病院で見てもらった方がいいかもしれんな。
Might be safer to take him to a bigger hospital to get them checked out, just in case. Once his work was done, Taku fixed Ray with a hard look. Oh shit. Sorry. Wait a second.
鷹の口医院へ連絡してみるわ。
I'll try calling Takanokuchi Medical Office.
頼む。
Please do. Pursing his lips, Ray nodded and rushed out the room.
昨日に引き続き今日もか。参ったな。
First yesterday, now today. Good grief, I tell you. Taku sighed loudly and rubbed the back of his hand.
昨日も何かあったんすか？
Well, what happened yesterday?
集団で暴行されたっていう怪我人が運ばれてきたんだ。
Had a patient brought in who said he got jumped by a group of thugs.
マジっすか？それって。
For real? But that's... Just then, the door flew open, interrupting him. At first, I figured it was Ray, so naturally, I was startled to see who it actually was.
迎えに来たぞ、五十嵐。
What was his voice? Came to get ya, Igarashi.
トワだイェーイ
It's Tawa! Yay!
お邪魔します。
Pardon our intrusion.
Otaru, Mayu, and Eiji all walked
な
in.
んだなんだ。でかいのが揃いも揃って。
What do you want, ya big lugs? Taku squinted sternly at the surprise visitors.
でかいのはこの二人だけですけどね。って、村瀬先生、すみません。
I wouldn't consider myself as nearly as big as these two. Anyway, about this, Dr. Mercy.
五十嵐君となかなか連絡が取れなくて、ようやく繋がったと思ったらここにいるって聞いて。
We were trying to get a hold of Igarashi-kun for quite some time, and when he finally got back to us, he told us he was here.
そしたら小太郎さんが迎えに行くって言い出しちゃって。
So then, Sam suggested we pick him up.
俺が行くって言ったら行くんだよ。なんか文句あるか？
When I say I'm going somewhere, I'm going. Got a problem with that?
いいえ。
No.
んで、五十嵐、道に人が落ちてたから拾っちゃった？
So, Igarashi, you brought in some rando from the street?
そうなんすよ。すっごい怪我してたから、こりゃほっといたらまずいなって思って。
Yeah, I did. They were in a really bad shape, you know? I could have just leave them there. They could have died.
徳でも積んでんのかてめえは。ほっときゃいいだろうが。
So what if they died? You trying to earn brownie points for being a good Samaritan? Or strode to the bed and leered down at Arta.
ああ、ずいぶんひどくやられたな。これ、あれだろ？今流行ってる暴行大好きグループだろ？
Oh, what a mess. Let me guess. They got jumped by everybody's favorite serial attackers?
流行ってる？
Everyone's favorite what now? Taku squinted dubiously. That was when Ray walked in. He saw us all gathered there and grimaced.
さっき受付で電話してた時にあんたたちが入ってくるの見たけど、部屋が狭く感じるわね。
I saw you guys come in while I was on the phone, but real talk, it feels super claustrophobic with all you in here.
この部屋が実はすっごく小さいって可能性は？
Maybe this room is always this small.
ないわよ。
No, it isn't.
暴行グループの話、詳しく聞かせてくれ。
Tell me more about these serial attackers, would you?
Oh.
Sure. Kotaro nodded, then looked at Eiji.
え、僕ですか？まあいいですけど。最近集団リンチを暴行パーティーと称して人を襲って回ってるグループがいるんです。
How? Me? Well, if you insist. Lately, a lynch mob had been going around jumping people and calling it an assault party.
喧嘩ならデスマッチエリアでやればいいのにって感じなんですけど、どうも一般人を狙うみたいで。
If they just might want to fight. You think they go to the deathmatch arena. But no, they like to target ordinary citizens.
まさしく弱い者いじめってやつですよ。ネットじゃストレス溜まりまくりのハプレスチルドレンがやってるって結構話題になってます。
In other words, they're a bunch of bullies. Some say they're a group of hapless children trying to vent their stress. It's all over social media.
暴行パーティーってのはそのグループが発表でもしたのか？
So the group's made some public announcement about this assault party?
ああ、それはですね、マニア向けの SNS がありまして。
You see, there's this niche social media service that attracts a certain clientele.
ルーストに似てるっていうか、いわゆる異常性欲者とか人の肉が食べたいとかそういう人たちが集まってるんですけど。
It's like roast, that it draws in all socially unacceptable types, like sexual deviants, cannibals, and what have you.
ルーストのコンセプトは大敗的な美よ。そこまでダイレクトじゃないわよ。
For the record, Roost celebrates the beauty of decay. We don't enable criminals.
なるほど。一緒にしちゃってすみません。
I see. I apologize for complaining to you.
まあ、その SNS で少し前からずっと集団リンチを匂わせるような書き込みをしてるやつがいるんです。
Somebody's been posting on that site who appears to be linked to the lynch mob.
そいつが暴行パーティーって言葉を使ってて、犯人の一人なんじゃないかって言われてます。
They refer to the act as an assault party, and they're suspected accomplice in the crime.
たまに暴行の開催予告みたいなものも書き込まれるんです。今のところは全部嘘でしたけど。
Now and then, they post a calling card and words of the next attack. None of them accurate, though.
一応警察も動いてはいます。でもここ新興味ですし、これが本土の方だったらもっと騒ぎになってると思います。
Clear. The police looking into it, but this isn't the main dot. It's in Kokomi.Nobody really cares.
まあ警察は置いておくとしても SNS の管理者が独自のサーバーを立てて運営してるみたいなんで特定も規制も難しいみたいです。
Or no cops. However, it looks like the social media service is being hosted on an independent server, so it's hard to pin them down or take any action against them.
そいつらが新たをやったってこと？
So you're saying they're the guys who jumped Arta?
可能性としては高いでしょうね。
Well, it's highly likely.
その SNS 教えて。
Send me this website. I want to... Oh, the palette's clean. Where's Arta? Oh, this person. Oh. Oh, this, yeah. I was looking for this. No definition? What the frick? I just don't remember what they were, so... How do I leave? Ray leaned forward and stared at Eiji.
わかりました。後で送ります。
Sure thing. I'll send you a link.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
五十嵐、もうお前はここにいなくたっていいんだろ？ なら、とっとと行くぞ。
Igarashi, you don't gotta stay here, do you? Let's get going already.
はい。
Right.
お前、榊さんに締められるからな。覚悟しとけよ。
Fair warning, bro. Sakaki-san's gonna rip you a new one.
うっす。
Great. Igarashi slumped his shoulders, but Kotaro gave him a pat on the back.
それじゃあね。ほいじゃ。
Anyway.
See you later!
お邪魔しました。
Get out of your hair now.
My mic always cuts out when I do that voice. And so, the Three Stooges left with Igarashi in tow. For a moment, all was quiet. Then Taku folded his arms and sighed.
暴行パーティーか。やっぱり、昨日の水野さんも同じグループにやられたのかもな。
Assault parties, eh? Maybe they're the same guys who jumped Mizuno-san last night.
そうね。まだわからないけど。
Yeah, maybe. Hard to say.
まったく、近頃の若者の考えてることは、俺にはさっぱりだよ。
Good grief, kids these days. No clue what goes through their heads, I'll tell you. I know, right? He shook his head sadly.
でも、さっきのエイジの話、犯人を割り出すきっかけにはなりそうね。
At least it sounds like Eiji might be able to figure out who the culprits are.
まさか仕返しするつもりじゃないだろうな。
You're not planning to get revenge, are you?
しないわよ。これ以上の被害が出ないように、周りにも注意喚起しておきたいだけ。
Of course not. I just want everyone to be informed so there won't be any more victims.
あなたがこんなことになっちゃったんだもの。いつどこで誰がまた襲われるかわからないわ。
I mean, look at what's happened to Arta. The same thing could happen to any one of us at any time.
まあ、そりゃそうなんだわな。そういや、鷹の口の方はどうだった？
Yeah, you got a point there. That reminds me, how to go Takanokuchi?
受け入れ可能だそうよ。救急車で搬送してもらいましょう。
Got the green light. They said they'll come pick them up in an ambulance. Ray quietly approached Arata as they slept.
思わぬ来客もあったから長引いたな。診察を再開しよう。とは、受付に戻ってくれ。
Well, this has dragged on longer than it should have. Let's resume our scheduled appointments. Toa, go on back to the reception counter.
わかった。
Got it. With a nod, I left the medical ward. $5 p.m. Ooh, that jacket is slay. Oh, matching with Ray too. Cute. Well, at least I don't think Ray has this center part, but cute. About an hour into the afternoon shift, Honami showed up. They told me they had to cancel their plans, so they wanted to work a shift instead. With Taku's blessing, I let them take over for me at the reception counter. Flexibility was a godsend for someone like me that doesn't want to work and just stays upstairs. I went back to my apartment and switched on the TV. Then I flopped down on my back of the sofa and looked at my phone. Eiji emailed me a link to the social media site he mentioned earlier. Ray was the one who asked for it, but I guess he figured he'd send it to me too.
Well, you see, I bought several for the parts, but now I have an extra.
Making another bomb?
No, something different this time. I'll show you once it's finished. Here's the website we talked about. http://chaoszone.
I lit a cigarette, took a drag, and tapped the link. Looks like you could get a virus going on this site. Violence! Oh wow. Is this the dark web? The website was titled Chaos Zone. Once you created an account, you were permitted access to the main site. On the front page, I could see a list of trending threads about different topics. Tap the thread at the top. The page was formatted like a message board, with comments and images posted one after another. Most of the thread was centered on edgy shit. Some posters had even uploaded self-harm photos and videos. As I was scrolling, I randomly spotted a video someone had filmed of a group fight. Pure curiosity, I hit the play button. Partway through, I paused the video, unless I was seeing things. The victim's face looked a lot like Mizuno's. Squinching against the cigarette smoke streaming into my eye, I rewound the video and hit play.
Comments are like, based. My dick is diamond. Oh shit, a new one?
He looks pretty young. God, wish that was me. It really looked like Mizuno, but the video quality was too poor to be absolutely sure. A group of dudes in black were gathered in a circle around the Mizuno lookalike, kicking him around like a soccer ball. At first, someone was holding the camera, but then they set it down and joined in the fray themselves. By the end of the video, the group was punching each other. All I could hear was a static kicking and someone breathing, all mixed together. Then, the video ended, so I replayed it. Then I replayed it again, and again. Assault party. At least he looks concerned, not like... I tossed my phone, sat up, and crushed my cigarette in the ashtray. I left lying on the floor. Then, I grabbed my sketch pad and pencil off the coffee table and flipped to a blank page. For someone so lazy, I'm surprised he cuts his pencils like this. I'm too lazy to cut my pencils to be like that. Video I watched was replaying itself endlessly in my mind. To get it out of my system, I sketched countless dark lines over the white paper. Bit by bit, the tip of my pencil crafted the shape of an abused man, and I added a close-up of his face twisted in pain. If it was just an assault video, I wouldn't have cared. I had no interest in no one-sided beatdowns against an unwilling opponent. That said, the video I saw was slightly different. Once I filled the page a decent amount, my hand fell still. Looks digital though. I looked over my drawings and tried to figure out what was unusual about the video I saw. Just then, my phone buzzed. I set my pad and pencil to the side and grabbed my phone. It was a message from Ray. Ray, at Takanokuchi, wanna come? That reminds me, I put a little cheesecake in the fridge, so be sure to eat it. Feel like you should eat it instead. No thanks, I'm already full. Heard it pairs well with alcohol, figured you'd like it. Well, eat it before it goes bad, okay? At Takanokuchi, wanna come? He must have climbed into the ambulance with Aruto. Knowing him, he wouldn't message me unless he wanted to talk to me about something. It's only 7 p.m., so you should go. Toa. Okay. Ray. We're in room 306. I rose to my feet, got ready, and left the apartment. As I approached the hospital building, I could see the fancy sign out front. Wow. I passed through the automatic doors and cut across the waiting room to the elevators. Wow, fancy. There I rode to the 3rd floor and tracked down 306. It was a large, multi-patient room with 4 beds curtained off from each other. The curtains around the leftmost bed was open. Ray was sitting there on a chair.
Toa.
Toa. He rose to his feet and shot a pointed look at the door. Apparently he wanted to step outside. I followed him out into the hall.
新たの具合は
Was Aruto?
さっき少しだけ目を覚ましたんだけど、また眠ったわ。
Woke up for a little while, but went back to sleep. I thought back to the tiny glimpse I'd gotten of Aruto just now. Half of their face was covered in bandages. Their skin was as pale as a porcelain doll. Ray narrowed his eyes and bitterly.
命に別状はないから、休んでいれば回復するそうよ。顔に傷跡が残らないといいんだけど。
It's not fatal. As long as they get some rest, they'll recover. I just hope they don't end up with a scar on their face. Just then, my phone buzzed. I pulled it out of my pocket to find a message from Ikuina. In it, he expressed both his thanks and his regrets, but he didn't want to be too needy, so he was searching for other like-minded partners. Every now and then, former Euphoria models would try to get in touch with me after I granted their wishes. But I never painted the same person twice. Humans were greedy creatures. After the initial fresh faded, they would begin to crave it again. It was like sex or drugs, chasing the same highs over and over just to numb your brain. But I had no interest in that. What I sought was the precise moment when a dark dream came true for the first time. I closed the message and slid my phone back into my coat pocket. Ray shot me a quizzical look.
生稲からだ。
From Ikuina.
生稲さん。なんて書いてあったの？
Ikuina-san, what'd he say?
分かり合える相手を探してるって。
He's looking for like-minded partners.
そう。立ち直ろうとしてるのね。それならよかった。
Gotcha. So he's trying to move on. That's good to hear. But Ray sounded distracted.
トアからユーフォリアの報告が来るときは、こっちも覚悟を決められるのよ。何が起こるのか分かってるし。
Whenever you do your euphoria stuff, I'm always prepared for the worst. I know what it usually entails.
それでも心穏やかじゃないけど、トアは言い出したら聞かないじゃない。
I'm not too thrilled about it, but it's not like I can talk you out of it, you know?
でも、急に通り魔的なものに身内が襲われたりするのは、本当に、どこへ感情を持っていけばいいのか、わからなくなるわね。
But now that there's randos going around, jumping people I care about, I really don't know what to do with these feelings I have. He heaved his umpteenth sigh of the day.
そうだ。25日にやろうと思ってたお店のクリスマスパーティー、中止にしようかと思ってたの。
That reminds me, I was thinking of calling off the Christmas party we were going to throw on the 25th.
こんな時にやるのもどうかなって思って。でも、 新たにそのことを話したら、やった方がいいって言われたのよ。
It just didn't feel right to try to celebrate at a time like this. But when I told Arata, they told me we should throw it anyway.
ただでさえみんな気落ちしてるんだから、盛り上げた方がいいって。だから、今年もやるわ。
They said it's better to give people something to happy to look forward to in the midst of all this misery. So that's what we're gonna do. I had forgotten about the party until just now. Ray sensed my awkward pause and scowled.
忘れてたでしょ。
You totally forgot, didn't you?
まあ。
Maybe.
そうだろうとは思ってたから別に驚かないわよ。でも罰として火曜のお店の飾り付け手伝ったよね。
I had a feeling you would, so I'm not surprised. But as punishment, you have to help me decorate the bar on Tuesday.
罰?
What for?
火曜は仕事休みでしょ。パーティーのためにいろいろと買い物にも行きたいし、付き合ってよ。
You don't work that day, right? I need to run errands for the party anyway, so just come with me.
まあ、いいけど。
I guess I can do that. I was enthusiastic about it, but trying to fight it would only make Ray even more pissy. Reluctantly, I nodded.
後で待ち合わせの時間と場所を連絡するわね。
I'll let you know when and where to meet up with me. His smile suggested he was feeling a bit better. Outwardly, Ray seemed like the happy-go-lucky type, but he was actually pretty sensitive and anxious. Maybe this incident was weighing on him more than he was letting on. I figured it couldn't hurt more to humor him now and then. And so, I watched as he gazed at Arata through the open door. The day before Ruth's Christmas party. I had made plans to go shopping with Ray, but there was still time before we were due to being up. I crushed my cigarette in the ashtray, rose to my feet, and pulled on my coat. Got some time to kill. Ooh, let's wander around. Woo. Save. Tajima? Oh, that's not the place. I want to go to the hospital. I'm concerned. This is the Takanokuchi medical office. Like our clinic, it's a privately run building, but it has a lot more room for patients. Supposedly, it has all the latest technology too. What's this freak? Oh, it's you.
Yeah. Did you know? Body art is the latest craze here in Shinkomi. Not just tattoos either. Embedded LEDs, horns, chips. Seems kind of painful. Very popular here in Shinkomi, but on the mainland, not so much. Did you know? Lately, a group's been running around attacking people. I heard they call it assault parties. Not sure about you, but I wouldn't want an invite. I suppose it's not just that unusual for a place like this. You can see videos of these assault parties online on a website called Chaos Zone. Apparently, this site's been around for a long time. There's a bunch of videos on there. And some of those videos are too gruesome to even watch.
そうだな。
It's Christmas. I hear a lot of debitors get sick of the cheery holiday spirit and try to escape. Or any debitors who flee Shinkomi get sniped. No questions asked. And yet, even though they know it's impossible to escape, dozens of people try anyway. I guess they're just that desperate.
Cool.
Did you know they say that the goddess of whimsy has vanished without a trace as of 2 or 3 weeks ago? Oh, and Euphoria published a new painting. No, I haven't seen it yet.
OMG, that's me.
I wonder what it looks like.
Okay, freak. Okay. Let's get some snacks. A snack for a snack.
Ara.
Oh, hi, Tua. Oh my god, Ray! We're about to have a date. What are you doing here? What's up? We're not scheduled to hang out for a while yet. Were you looking for me? No, what are you doing here? I wanted to buy some snacks, then decided to help out for an hour or two before our meetup. Wanna join me?
Yeah.
I'll pass. Alright then. Oh, you look sad. What's wrong? You look a little glum.
あのね。
Well, I just spoke to a friend of mine. Turns out, a mutual friend of ours just died. They were in debt, and the Takasato Gumi was harassing them for money every single day. So, they committed suicide. When you take out a loan, you're supposed to repay it. If you don't, then you're breaking the rules. I get that, but I heard the Takasato no Gumis made some pretty nasty threats, and things got violent. The mutual friend could tell they were in danger, so they went around asking for advice, but the one they spoke to was too afraid of the Takasato Gumi to do anything to help. All they wanted to do was blame my friend for their debt. After what happened to Arata, it's really hard to hear, you know? There's something wrong with this stupid town. Just admonish me. I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna save. Save. Just admonish me.
Positive.
Let's be nice. All anyone can really do is look out for themselves, not just here either. The whole world is like that. Right, there's no such thing as free ride in this day and age. But it's pretty fucked up if you ask me.
Yosh.
Fucked up.
ごめんね。
Anyways, sorry to be a downer. Thanks for letting me vent. No worries. No prob. That reminds me, Arata's coming home soon, they say. Yeah? That's great to hear. Yeah, I'm so relieved. Anyway, see you a little later. Okay.
さーて。
Now then, time to help out the best I can. Oh. Ooh. The sprawling nightlife district offers the kind of hedoism that's outlawed on the mainland. Many visit Shinkomi just to come here. Okay, let's try it. Pizza note. Yeah. I can't tell if this this looks photo bashed, kinda. This is the Koho Street's red light district. Day and night, you see lots of people walking by. The street is packed full of seedy brothels on both sides, not to mention the nightclubs and bars. They'll have girls standing out in front in broad daylight, escorting the passerbys with seductive invitations. Most of the establishments on the street are operated by the Takasato Gumi. It's hard to find a place the Yakuza haven't touched. Most offer services that mainland Japan would consider illegal. Plenty of tourists come to Shinkomi for that very reason. This is the main axis of the city's sex tourism.
Yo!
Yo, Toa.
Flying
solo today? Yeah, Mayu wanted to watch anime. AG said he's got a meeting or something. Gotcha. Okay. The swagger this man has.
So yeah.
That reminds me, Toa, you barely ever eat anything, huh? You only ever drink booze.
そうだ
Yeah. AG and I were talking about it. Have you always been like that?
本当か?
There's no way you survived on next to no food all this time, right? Surely you used to eat more. Do you have any favorites? I don't fucking remember. I want to know, so I'm gonna answer. I used to drink a lot of black tea back when I went to school.
Oh?
Oh, for real? What else? I don't remember. Classic Toa answer.
Oh my.
You ought to eat more. You like meat? Oh yeah, he does. Not really. I'll treat you to a meal sometime so you can get some food in you.
興味ない
No thanks. Ha!
気をつけろよ。
Really, real talk though, I do think you gotta eat a little more. Okay. The most dangerous part of Shinkomi. Criminals and homeless bums gather here. But really, any downtown alley is like that. For real. This is Aburo neighborhood alleyway, branching off the Koho Street. Unlike the bright and bustling main street, the alleys are dark and shadowy. The rotten sewer smell is inescapable, and you see a lot of animals digging through the trash. Rats, crows, stray cats. As for the human population, you'll find shivering homeless kids, drooling tweakers, and black market dealers. The sight of hapless children brawling and bleeding has become a daily occurrence. In winter, you'll find frozen corpses lying around, but nobody cares. There's no trace of glamour here, but make no mistake, this is Shinkomi.
Ah!
Oh, Tosan.
It's the Nurge.
Toa-san!
Perfect timing. I want to show you something.
Eiji slid off his backpack, lowered it to his feet, and started digging through it.
Let's see now. Ah, here we go. Let's take a look.
He offered me 2 brightly colored masks. One was a ghost monkey, and the other looked like a zombie cow.
これはですね
I've had my friend make these masks for me. Aren't they awesome? I love them both so much. I couldn't possibly choose. What about you? Which one would you choose?
Negative.
Fuck.
Neither.
Neither.
Really?
Yeah.
But they're so badass.
To you, maybe.
Just very fair, I guess.
He stuffed the mask back into his backpack and slung it over his shoulder.
Anyway, sorry for flanking you down, Romilly. Here.
You.
You just don't get it. What a shame.
Oh, that's a meetup spot. Yeah. This is a food place.
Karaoke!
Toa.
Whoa! It's the Big Daddy. Toa, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Just wandering.
No.
That reminds me, I wanted to talk to you. Perfect timing. I got a call from a patient who came in yesterday. He was asking about you. Does Yamashita-san ring a bell? 22 or 23-year-old guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody ever uses their real names. Right, I guess not. Well, Yamashita-san asked me to tell you the next shift. Tell me your next shift so he could see you. Told him to just meet up with you off the clock, but he said he can't. He can't? Doesn't seem like blackmail or customer complaint. Any idea what this is about? Maybe
Positive.
I want to know. Maybe he came on to me and I turned him down.
なるほど。
Oh, one of those. I see now. It's just not normal, you know?
なるほど。
Okay, homophobe. I can't help but wonder what anyone sees in a tall hot mess like you. Hot mess. Probably the hot part. That's what I'd like to know. Right.
気をつけろよ。
Well, I didn't tell him your shift and I plan to take a hardline approach with him from now on. But just in case, keep an eye out. Got it. Seems the world is full of little mysteries. Okay. Anything back home? This is my studio. Okay, nothing's here. Let's meet up. Okay, let's go to the meetup. Yeah. I pulled my phone from my pocket almost in time for our meetup. This looks like this image here. I swear it's Sweeper. I think it is. I lit a cigarette and took a long, deep drag. Surrounded by the city and all its holiday cheer, I contemplated what was in store for me and exhaled smoke. On our way back from shopping, I trudged along in defeat, my arms laden with big shopping bags. Whoa, that's a big karaoke place.
– 欲しいものはだいたい揃ったわね。一人じゃ全部持てなかったし、トアがいてくれて助かったわ。
I think we got everything we need. I totally wouldn't have been able to carry it on my own, so I really appreciate you coming with me.
As he spoke, he checked his shopping list on his phone.
役に立ったなら何より。
This Christmas music is starting to piss me off. Glad I could help. I was pretty sure Ray was stronger than me since he was always competing in death matches, and yet for some reason he only carried a single small bag. It's really low. A little better. Oh god, that music is so loud. God damn. Shut up.
お腹も空いたし、ルーストに行こっか。まだ開店前だけど、今日は店長がいないから鍵を預かってるの。
Feeling hungry, so let's go to Roost. It's not open yet, but the manager gave me the keys since he won't be coming in.
クリスマスパーティーは明日だし、早速飾り付けしなくちゃ。
The big party's tomorrow, so we gotta get the place all decorated ASAP.
I love Ray's jacket. He skipped past me on the sidewalk. With an aspirated sigh, I followed after him. Oh, thank God, that music was so fucking loud. Oh my god. Inside the empty bar, Ray made a toast as a light snack. After we ate, it was time to decorate. We strung colorful Christmas lights all over the walls and shelves, then placed tacky miniature demon, fairy, and monster figurines all over the room.
ねえ、このファーどっちがいいと思う？黒と白。
Say, which fur do you think looks better, black or white?
He held them both up for me to see. I slowly looked over at him.
どっちでも。
Whatever's fine.
どっちでもはダメ。どっちか選んで。
No, you have to pick one.
黒。
Black.
適当に言ったでしょ。
You just picked one at random.
当たり前だろ。
You told me to pick one. Pouting, he draped the black fur around the demon figurine's neck.
こういう飾り付けとかしてると、いろいろと凝りたくなっちゃわない？あれもこれもって盛りたくなっちゃうのよね。
You ever feel yourself getting carried away while you're decorating? It's like, ooh, what about this? What about that? You just want to get crazy with it.
へえ、俺は別に。
No, not really.
でしょうね。知ってるわよ。トアはどうせ悪魔と天使の区別もついてないんでしょ。
Yeah, I didn't think so. I bet you can't even tell the difference between a devil and an angel.
悪魔は悪魔、天使は天使だろ。
Those are two totally different words.
そういうことじゃないから。
That's not what I mean. Just then, the front door jingled, drowning out Ray's retort.
あら。
Whoa.
あ、すみません。もしかしてまだ開店前ですか？
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you guys not open yet? It was Mizuno, timidly peeking into the building.
誰かと思ったら水野さんじゃない。どうしてここへ？
It isn't Mizuno-san. What brings you here?
レイさんに助けていただいたお礼がしたくて、さっきクリニックへ行ったんです。けど、受付の人に今日は休みだって聞いて。
I wanted to thank you for helping me, so I went to the clinic, but the receptionist told me you weren't scheduled to work today.
どこへ行ったのか教えてほしいって言ったら、このお店にいるかもしれないって教えてもらって。
So I asked where I could find you, and he said that you'd probably be here.
受付の人って、ちょっと真面目そうな感じの子？
Was the receptionist a grumpy guy?
はい。
Yeah.
有村くんね。
Sounds like Arimura-kun.
でも開店時間前だとは思いませんでした。すみません。
He didn't tell me you guys weren't open though. Sorry about this. With a guilty look on his face, he bowed his head and started to back out.
ああ、待って。入ってらっしゃい。大丈夫よ。
Oh, no, wait. Come on in. It's okay.
でも。
But...
店長は今いないけど、こういうことで怒ったりする人じゃないから。せっかく来たんだし、一杯くらい飲んでいってよ。おごるわ。
The manager's not here right now, but I know he wouldn't mind. Since you're here, you should have a drink before you go. My treat.
開店前なのにいいんですか？
Even though you're not open yet?
ええ。どうぞ座って。
Sure, just have a seat.
それじゃ失礼します。
Alright then. Thanks for having me. Incidentally, Mizuno walked in and perched on a chair like a furtive little squirrel. Ray walked behind the counter and I plopped down next to Mizuno. He sat stiffly with his hand on his lip, with his hands on his lap.
何飲む？って、まだ怪我が痛々しいわね。どう？具合は。
Well, you have. Wait, you're still injured. How are you feeling? Ray frowned at him. The guy's face was still visibly bruised from the attack.
笑ったりすると引きつれて少し痛みますけど、だいぶ良くなりました。
It still hurts when I would laugh, but it's feeling a lot better.
そう、よかった。お酒飲む？それとも今は飲まない方がいいかしら。
Good, I'm glad to hear it. Want a stiff drink? Or maybe you shouldn't have alcohol right now.
お酒は飲めないので、ジンジャーエールを。
I don't drink, actually. I'll just have a ginger ale. Very different from the friend I know that looks exactly like this. They drink a lot.
あら、飲めないの？それじゃあ、こういうお店に入るのも初めて？
Oh, you don't? Well then, is this your first time inside a bar?
初めてではないですけど、自主的に入ろうとしたことはないです。なので、扉を開けるときは勇気がいりました。
No, but it is my first time visiting a bar on purpose. It took a lot of courage to open that door.
なんかかわいい。そんなに固まらないで。ゆっくりしてね。
That's so cute. Well, don't be scared. Just relax and take your time. Ray smiled affectionately as he poured a ginger ale into her glass. I lit a cigarette and then looked at Mizuno from the side as I exhaled. His smoke was still a boring, dull green.
はい。
Here. Ray set the ginger ale on the counter in front of Mizuno, then handed me a glass of whiskey.
あんたはこれで文句ないでしょ。
That's good enough for you, right?
さすが。
You know me well. As I teased him, he scoffed in protest. With my cigarette in one hand, I picked up my drink with the other, but before I could take a sip, I noticed Mizuno looking in my direction. His gaze was intense.
何？
What? I sipped my drink and he hastily averted his eyes.
Oh, he's shy, desu.
すみません。
Sorry. Maybe he was startled to see the scars normally concealed under the face mask I wore at work.
ねえ、水野さん。私の友達も水野さんと同じ集団に襲われたみたいで、水野さんがクリニックに来た後、すぐよ。
So, Mizuno-san, one of my friends might have been jumped by the same group that got you. It happened right after you came to the clinic. Mizuno's eyes widened in surprise.
え？ そうなんですか。その方の容体は？
What? Really? How are they now?
命に別状はないみたいだけど、暴行そのものを楽しむグループがいるんでしょ。そいつらなんじゃないかって。
Their condition's stable, but you've heard about the lynch mob that gets their kicks by attacking people, right? We think it might be them.
暴行そのものを楽しむグループですか。
A lynching mob that attacks people for fun.
最近話題になってるみたい。水野さんを襲ったのもそいつらかもしれないわ。
Everybody's talking about them. It's possible they're the culprits who jumped you too. Mizuno had paused to think, staring down at his glass.
もしよかったら襲われた時のことを話してもらえないかしら。
Would you be willing to tell me about the night it happened?
犯人たちについて何か見たことや聞いたことがあれば教えてほしいの。
If you have any details about the culprits, I want to know.
それは。
Well, he faltered a bit and bit his lip.
やっぱりまだ思い出すのは辛い。
Is the memory still too painful?
そうですね。すみません。
Yeah, sorry. He glanced at Ray, then hung his head guiltily.
いいのよ。気にしないで。私こそごめんね。
Fine. Don't worry. I'm sorry too.
いえ、力になれなくてすみません。レイさんの友達も襲われたのに。悔しくて辛い気持ちはすごくよくわかります。
No, don't be. I'm sorry that I can't be of help to you. Even though your friend was attacked, I can understand how frustrating it must feel.
水野さん。
Mizuno-san. Touched, Ray gazed back at Mizuno.
例えばね、デスマッチエリアで怪我をしたとか、誰かの恨みを買って狙われたって言うなら、まだ事情を飲み込めるんだけど。
Honestly, if the victims got hurt during death matches, or because they pissed off the wrong people, then maybe I could let it go.
でも、私の友達も水野さんもそうじゃないでしょ。
But that's not what happened to either of you, is it?
身に覚えがないのに一方的に虐げられるなんて、そんなのおかしいわ。間違ってる。
It's not right to attack the innocent people who can't fight back. It's just wrong.
だからできれば犯人を捕まえたい。これ以上被害者が増える前にって、そう思っちゃって。
So I keep thinking to myself, I want to try and catch the culprits before they hurt anyone else.
レイさん。
仕返しはしないんじゃなかったのか。
I thought you said you weren't gonna get revenge. When I cut in, Ray scowled at me.
仕返しはしないつもりではあるわよ。でもできればこの手でぶん殴ってやりたいわ。
I'm not planning to get revenge, but if my fist ends up in the immediate vicinity of their faces, well, shit happens. Ray's determination put a small smile on Mizuno's.
レイさんは強いんですね。僕、とてもそんな風に考えられなくて。今も。
You're so strong. I could never think like that. To this say, His voice petered out before he could finish his sentence.
今も?
You what? Mizuno hung his head in frustration. For a while, they finally looked up.
僕、港大通りにあるクリシュナっていうカフェで働いてるんですけど。
See, I work at a cafe called Krishna on Ko Street.
あら、クリシュナって映画館の前にあるちょっとオリエンタルな感じのカフェでしょ？入ったことはないけど知ってるわよ。
Oh, Krishna. I've never been there, but I know of it. The Indian place across from the movie theater, right?
本当ですか？僕そこで働いてて、 お店での仕事は楽しいし、やりがいを感じてもいるんです。でも。
Wow, you've heard of it. Well, that's where I work. My job's lots of fun and really fulfilling. But his expression clouded over.
何かあるの？
What's wrong?
一緒に働いてる人の中に、ちょっと、なんていうか、僕のことはあまりよく思ってない人がいて。
One of my coworkers is, well, let's just say he doesn't seem to like me much.
それって、いじめられてるってこと？
Wait, so, is he bullying you?
だとは思いたくないんですけど、僕にだけ当たりがきつくて、仕事は好きだから辞めたくないんです。
I don't want to think so, but he's always a jerk to me and no one else. I really don't want to have to think to quit, but...
でも、その人と同じシフトの日は正直、気がめいっちゃって。
Honestly, whenever he and I are scheduled to work together, it makes me depressed. Complain to your boss, bro.
そうなんだ。
Oh no. I gazed at him sympathetically.
私はその気持ち、わかるわ。小学校の頃、いじめられてたことはあるから。
Oh, I totally get where you're coming from. I was bullied a lot in elementary school.
そうなんですか？レイさんが？とてもそんな風には。
You were? Really? I can't picture anyone ever bullying you.
自分で言うのもなんだけど、私、子供の頃は女の子によく間違えられたのよ。
This is kind of weird to admit, but when I was younger, people used to think I was a girl.
確かに彫りが深いし、綺麗な顔立ちをされてますよね。
Well, you do have very beautiful sculpted features.
やだ、ありがとう。私のお母さんがイギリス人で、私は母親になの。
Aw, bless your heart. I take after my mother. She's from England.
そのせいなのか知らないけど、小学校の頃は同級生に女だっていじめられたのよ。
I don't really know if it's that specifically what caused it, but in elementary school, other kids would call me he, she, and all that.
いじめられたら逃げればいいとか、周りに相談すればいいとか言うけど、そんな簡単な話じゃないわよね。
Everybody says victims of bullying should just run away or go to someone for help, but like, it really isn't that simple.
大人に相談したって、もう少し頑張ってみようなんて言われる時もあるし。
Whenever I talk to a grown-up, they would just tell me to try harder or something.
辛くて、悲しくて、いつも恐怖で頭がいっぱいで、どうやったら逃げ出せるかなんて、とても考えられない。
I was so sad and miserable and scared all the time. I didn't have the capacity to figure out how to run away.
追い詰められてる人間って、すごく視野が狭くなってるのよね。
I mean, when people are stressed, they get major tunnel vision.
まさしく泥沼にはまるのよ。子供の頃の話だから、今の水野さんの話とは少し状況が違うけど、でも、気持ちはわかるわ。
So, I was totally trapped. But I was a kid, so it's not exactly the same as your situation. But still, I understand how you feel.
ありがとうございます。そう言ってもらえるだけでも救われます。
Thank you. It really helps to hear that. Mizuno smiled happily.
それで、そのお店ではまだ働くつもりなの？
So, are you gonna keep working there?
はい。耐えられないほどじゃないし、その人とシフトが違う時は何もないから、もう少し頑張ってみようと思ってます。
Yeah, it's not completely unbearable. And I still enjoy the days we don't work together. So I'm gonna stick it out for a little while longer.
そう。でも、無理はしないようにね。
Gotcha. Well, don't push yourself too hard.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Picked up his glass and took a sip of his ginger ale. As I observed his stiff, awkward body language, I could tell he was a prime target for a bully. Why would he come to Shinkomi? Surely someone like him wasn't cut out for this town.
聞いてもいいですか?
Can I ask something?
何かしら?
Sure, what's up? He looked over at the painting hanging on the wall beside the counter. This one?
店に入った時から気になってたんですけど、この絵誰が描いたんですか? 有名な作家さん?
I've been wondering ever since I walked in, but what's the name of this artist? Is it someone famous? At this, Ray smirked and shot me a pointed, sidelong glance.
それはね、ユーフォリアが描いたのよ。
Oh, that was painted by Euphoria.
Euphoria?
Euphoria.
そう。気になる?
Yeah, wanna know more?
はい。今まで見たことのないタイプの絵ですごく興味を惹かれます。
Yes, I've never seen art like this before, and it's really interesting.
だってさ、ユーフォリアさん。
You heard the man, Mr. Euphoria?
え?
Oh. Grinning smugly, Ray turned to look at me. Startled, Mizuno followed suit. Looking at either of them, I downed my whiskey and took a drag of my cigarette.
その絵っていうか店内に飾られてる絵のいくつかはこいつが描いたのよ。
Yep, this loser painted it. Hell, he's painted about half the art we have here.
そうなんですか?
You did? Mizuno looked at me wide-eyed.
ユーフォリアさん、すごいですね。
You're incredible, Mr. Euphoria.
それは絵を描く時のペンネームで、通称はトワっていうの。
It's just the pen name he uses for his art. Normally he goes by Toa.
トワさん。
絵のモデルも常時募集中よ。お店のブログにも絵の画像が載ってるから、気になったらチェックしてみてね。
He's always looking for new art models. We post his work on the Roost blog, so check it out sometime if you're curious.
絵のモデル。なんだか面白そうですね。どんな風に描いてもらえるんだろう。想像もつかないです。
I bet it must be fun to be an art model. I can't even imagine how he would go about painting me. You probably won't. You're too much of a normie.
どう?
You heard him. How about it? Ray turned to the conversation to me. I crushed my cigarette butt in the ashtray, exhaled the last drag, and glanced at Mizuno.
気が向いたらな。
We'll see.
その気にならないと書いてくれないのよ。気まぐれだから。
Towa's fickle, so he'll only paint you if he feels like it.
そうなんですか。でも、もし機会があったら、よろしくお願いします。
Oh, I see. Well, if you ever need someone, I hope you consider me. He gave me a deep, overly formal bow. I had absolutely no interest in painting him. That said, no one ever asked me so nicely before, and I put a smirk on my face. What? I missed that. After some more small talk, Mizuno left. The bar opened for business. Ray worked a shift as the manager. Meanwhile, I drank booze and watched him. Then I went home shortly before closing time. I returned to my apartment. I switched on the TV, pulled my coat off, and flopped down on my back on the sofa. As I was finishing the cigarette lit on the way here, my phone buzzed on my stomach. It was a message from Ray. It's a bar. We have booze. Oh yeah, they said we're almost out of candles. I'd better add that to the list. Thanks in advance. Go look at the site AG linked us. They posted some kind of warning message. Posted some kind of warning message? I promptly pulled up my bookmarks and navigated to the social media site. There was a thread bumped to the very front of the catalog, so I opened it. Party notice. You what the fuck? What? Cool story, bro. Me? If you want people to show up, then post an address, dumbass. Yikes. Party notice. The title of the post caught my eye, but that was the entire message. No date, no time, no location, no other details. Hard to say whether it was a real warning. Sure it's not a prank? You think so? I'm not sure what to think. Oh yeah, I forgot. Tomorrow's the Christmas party, or later today, I guess. But first, I want to go to Krishna. Maybe say No-san. I forgot to invite him to the party. Yeah, let's go, sister. Apparently, Ray had really taken a liking to Mizuno. Cute. Maybe he felt he could relate to him on some level. You should come with me. Okay. Toa. Why? For fun. Why not? Actually, I keep thinking about what he said. About the workplace bullying. Maybe we can get a first-hand look at the situation. Oh, he's so nosy. Though, IDK if the bully will even be there. I had no interest in other people's personal relationships, but if I tried to say no, Ray would never let me hear the end of it. Okay. I'll come pick you up at 1-ish. Once the conversation ended, I tossed my phone to the other end of the sofa. Then I rose into a sitting position, grabbed the bottle of booze off the floor, and took a swig. Exhaling slightly, I gazed at the dark walls flickering in the light of the TV. Ray treated everyone he met with kindness, and sometimes he could be overly protective of troubled individuals, Mizuno included. Judging from first impressions alone, Ray was a friendly, outgoing, caring person, but he still had skeletons in his closet. Granted, this was the first I ever heard of him being bullied, but I could easily guess that he had a dark past. I first got to know him back when I was just starting to paint under the name Euphoria. Of course, I wasn't calling myself Euphoria back then. I didn't care what name I went by, so someone must have picked up a name for me at random. I couldn't quite remember. Technically, we first met in middle school, or so he claimed, but we must have been in different classes, because I didn't remember ever seeing him there. My memories of middle school were fuzzy, but unlike my early childhood, I could still vaguely remember things. Long story short, apparently Ray knew of me. Then a few years reached by, and he reached out to me. Trying to recall the past made my head hurt, so I stopped thinking and shifted my gaze to the TV. Then I grabbed my cigarette off the coffee table and lit one up. I took a deep drag, then exhaled slowly, trying to distract myself from the headache. slow damage. The next day, I woke up just past noon, watched some TV and, well, I had a smoke, then got dressed to meet up with Ray.
Wow.
He arrived at my apartment a little past 1 p.m. From there, I caught a ride on his motorcycle to Colo Street. Nice. Nice. We came to stop in the parking lot, hopped off and started walking the rest of the way. Then Ray came to a stop in front of a movie theater and looked across the street.
あのお店よ。
That's the place. I didn't recognize it whatsoever. It was one of those hipster restaurants I didn't give a shit about. Besides, the door was a sign that read Christian.
行ってみましょう。
Let's go check it out. Together, we crossed the street and went in. Looks nice. The interior decor was reminiscent of a South Asian country. The place smelled strongly of spices, some kind of incense, maybe.
いらっしゃいま。あれ
What the? A waiter spied us and froze.
来てくれたんですね。
I didn't think you'd come. It was Mizuno, and he looked happy to see us.
水野さん、こんにちは。来ちゃった。
Hi there, Mizuno-san. Just thought we'd drop in.
まさか本当に来てくれるなんて。びっくりしました。
I can't believe it. You really came to see me.
お店の場所は知ってたから行ってみようかなって思って。
Well, I already knew where it was, and I was curious to check the place out.
来てくれて嬉しいです。それじゃあ席へご案内しますね。タバコ吸われますよね。
I'm glad to see you. Well, allow me to show you to your table. Smoking or... Actually, I guess I already know the answer. He glanced at me, then started walking. He escorted us to the smoking section, to a table near the window. There, we were each given a glass of water, a warm towel for our hands, and a menu.
おすすめは？
Any recommendations?
そうですね。お食事でしたら、ひよこ豆のカレーがおすすめです。あと、タピオカとココナッツミルクアイスの黒蜜きなこがけも美味しいですよ。
Well, let's see. In terms of entrees, I can recommend the chickpea curry. Oh, and I really like the coconut milk boba ice cream with black trickle and kikako sprinkles.
ココナッツミルクアイスに黒蜜きなこがけ？初めて聞いたわ。
Coconut milk boba ice cream with black trickle and kikano sprinkles? I've never heard of it.
最初は驚きますよね。でも食べてみると意外な美味しさがあるんです。
Yeah, that's the same reaction most people have when they first hear about it. But if you try it, you'll find that it's actually really good.
それじゃあカレーとそのアイスをお願いするわ。あとラッシーも。
Well then, I'll order the curry and the ice cream. Oh, and a glass of lassi.
ありがとうございます。トワさんはどうされますか？
Thank you very much. What about you, Toa-san?
酒なら何でも。
I'll take whatever booze you have. Ray glared at me sharply.
あんたは本当にもう。
Toa, I swear to God. Well, I ignored him. Instead, I pulled out my lighter and cigarettes and set them on the table.
お酒ならインドビールはいかがですか？
For something alcoholic, how about IPA?
じゃあそれで。
Sure, that works.
あと軽くつまめるものがあったらそれもちょうだい。こいつ無理やりにでも食べさせないと お酒ばっかり飲んじゃうから。
Also, if we have some kind of small appetizer, we'll take one of those, too. I swear, if I don't force him to eat, he'll try to substitute on nothing but alcohol.
あ、じゃあタンドリーチキンなんてどうでしょう。
Oh, in that case, how about the tandoori chicken?
それでお願い。
Yes, please.
ありがとうございます。ひよこ豆のカレー、タンドリーチキン、タピオカとココナッツミルクアイス、ラッシー、インドビールでよろしいですか？
Thank you very much. One chickpea curry, one tandoori chicken, one cocoa milk boba ice cream, one lassi, one IPA. Anything else?
うん。
That's it.
かしこまりました。少々お待ちください。
Got it. I'll bring it all out to you in a bit.
待って。
Oh, wait. Whereas Mizuno bowed and turned to leave, Ray stopped him.
急なんだけど、今日の夜ね、うちの店でクリスマスパーティーがあるの。よかったら水野さんもどうかなって。
This is sudden, but we're actually throwing a Christmas party tonight at the bar. I was wondering if maybe you would want to come?
今日の夜ですか。
Tonight? He averted his gaze in contemplation, then frowned and looked back at us.
あ、すみません。すごく行きたいんですけど、先約があって。
Sorry, I would really love to, but I already have plans.
そうなの？残念。でもそうよね。クリスマスだもの。当然よね。こっちが急に言い出したのが悪いから気にしないで。
Oh, really? Darn. That makes sense. It is Christmas after all. It's my fault for inviting you super last minute, so don't worry about it.
すみません。
Sorry.
いいのよ。またいつでもお店に来てね。
It's fine. Come by some other time.
はい。
I will.
おい、何無駄話してんだよ。働けよ。
You think you can stand around and chat? Get to work!
Just then, a sharp, angry voice cut through the air. Oh. Dickwad. It's the asshole. We looked over to find another waiter glaring at Mizuno a short distance away. He was dark-haired and thin, with a dozen piercings in each ear. Under his apron, he was dressed in all black, with bad posture and dark circles under his eyes.
すみません。
Sorry! Mizuno answered hastily, then Ray whispered to him.
ねえ、もしかしてあいつがそう？前に言ってた。
Hey, is this the guy? The one you mentioned?
そっか。あいつなんだ。
Totally is, isn't it? Mizuno fell silent, and Ray shot a calculating look at the angry coworker.
いかにもヤバそうな雰囲気ね。
Seemed nice. I'll give you that.
すみません。もう行きますね。
Sorry, I gotta go. Flustered, he bows to us and hurries off to the kitchen. I lit my cigarette and watched him go. Then Ray rested his chin on his elbow and sighed dramatically.
あんな見せかけだけのやつ。ちょっと脅せばビビってすぐ言うこと聞きそうだけどね。
That guy's all bark and no bite. Scare him a little, and he'll change his tune real quick.
ほっとけよ、関係ないだろ。
Stay out of it's none of our business.
そうだけど。
I know, but... He pouted his lips. Meanwhile, the angry waiter chugged in the direction of our table.
やべえな。なかなか。
Coward had to bring his friends.
He muttered under his breath as he passed. For a moment, Ray looked confused. Then his face twisted in fury and realized...
ああ、ちょっと聞いた？今の何？何なの？あいつ！
Excuse me? Did you hear that? What the fuck was that? Who does he think he is? The chair clattered behind him and he jumped to his feet. but the guy had already disappeared into the kitchen.
ちょっとあんた、待ちなさいよ
Hey, you! Hold it right there!
やめろ。
Don't do this.
だって、聞いたでしょ
Come on! Did you not hear what he
わめ
said?
くな、目立つ。
Stop, you're making a scene.
でも、
But... Swallowing his rage, he slowly sat back down.
もう。
God. The shouting had attracted the attention of all the other patrons in our vicinity, who looked at us in alarm. Struggling to suppress his anger, Ray grabbed his water glass and downed the whole thing, then slammed it back onto the table.
ちょっと頭に血が上っちゃったみたい。
I totally lost my temper. Irritated, he drilled his fingernails against the empty glass as he spoke.
何よあいつ。本当に感じ悪い。いじめとか平気でやってそうね。
The hell's that creep's problem? He sure seems like a textbook bully. Mizuno was right about one thing. The guy was a huge dick. But at the same time, I couldn't see what was so scary about him. The guy's smoke was a dull, unremarkable brown. Pathetic. If I had to guess, he was the type who only picked on the weak. I turned my head and exhaled a cloud of cigarette smoke. Then I looked back at Ray.
あまり肩入れしすぎるなよ。
Quit getting all protective. His lips curled up in an uncertain frown.
肩入れって、水野さん水野さんのことはともかく、今は私が言われたのよ。あんなこと言われたら黙ってられないわ。
Protective of who? Mizuno-san? Because that little punk was harassing me too. I'm not gonna take his shit.
そこまでにしとけってことだ。水野がいじめられてたとしても、それは水野の問題だろ。
Just let it go, man. Even if he's bullying Mizuno, that's still Mizuno's problem, not yours.
それは分かってるけど。
I know that, but... Just then, Mizuno walked out from the kitchen, carrying our food.
お待たせしました。
Thanks for waiting! With a cheerful smile, he set our items onto the table, one by one. Disheartened, Ray stared down at the food.
以上で全てお揃いですか？
Did I miss anything?
水野ちゃん。
Mizuno-chan. Suddenly, he looked up and fixed Mizuno with a deathly serious stare. The more affectionate term of address didn't escape my notice either.
はい。
Yes?
強く生きるのよ。何かあったら、私にすぐ言いなさい。
You have to be strong and survive. If anything happens, tell me right away. Mizuno stared back, puzzled. Then, he smiled as if he realized what Ray meant.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
ちなみにあいつ、なんて名前なの？
By the way, what's his name?
中村です。
It's Nakamura. After a moment of hesitation, he leaned close and answered quietly.
ありがとう。
Thanks. Is he here? He's not even worth it. I love these textures of the I forgot what it's called. The paint mixer. Getting involved in this mess would only create more trouble in the long run. Silently, I smoked my cigarette.
さあ、せっかくのご飯なんだから気持ちを切り替えて美味しく食べなきゃね。いただきます。
Well, seeing as we got our food, let's switch gears and have a nice lunch. Thanks again. Very cheerfully snatched up his spoon.
ごゆっくりどうぞ。
Take your time. Mizuno inclined his head and then walked off to the kitchen. As he entered, Nakamura walked out. He seemed to be in a good mood, snapping his fingers and whistling to himself. Just then, his shoulder collided with Mizuno's. Mizuno apologized, and Nakamura rolled his eyes.
ほんと感じ悪い。
God, he's such an ass. Ray grumbled as he watched it all happen. Then he took a big bite of his curry. Nakamura. That was so good. After that second dessert, I am stuffed. Too bad our tasty meal was totally ruined by that little creep. Seriously, what a waste. Oh, that reminds me. There's still some time before the party. Want to go somewhere together? Not like you have to have any other plans, right?
Yeah.
I'm not here to carry your shit for you. It's okay. I'm not gonna buy that much this time.
さーて。
Now let's go. Ooh. We're on a date. This is Krishna, an Indian restaurant on Kolo Street. Where are we gonna go? Oh, we should visit the hospital. I don't have any need to be here right now. Fine. Where do you wanna go? Oh, maybe I don't have many options. I should probably save here. I want to go here first. Let's go on a stroll.
Yay!
Toa!
Hey, Toa. You know that old art supply store that was near the clinic before it shut down? Yeah. You always used to go there to buy paint supplies, didn't you? And a few times you sent me to go in your place. Well, I remember those paint colors you'd always ask me to get.
あれは
You must use them awful a lot, so like, I guess they're your favorites, huh? Probably.
ねえ
I'm gonna list them all out, so tell me if I'm right. Toa's favorites are indigo, brown matter, and olive green. It's brown matter. Probably just brown, right? Brown or red? Right?
Negative.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Plus one more, ivory white.
Huh?
Dang, I forgot about that one.
ありがとう
Thanks for playing along with me. Oddly enough, I always liked that art supply store smell. All of dangerous pigments. Yeah, let's pass by here. This is Coral Street, a place that sees the most traffic in District D. While District B has all the most famous casinos and resorts, District D has its fair share of tourists. And attractions too. Well, I have to end soon, my phone's gonna die. The countless neon scenes serve as a hallmark to this lively district. Set one foot in an alley, however, and you'll walk headfirst into the most dangerous and violent area in all Shinkomi. If you want to survive in this part of town, you'll need to keep your wits about you. Wow, look, Toa, the lights are so pretty. Yeah. That's all you got? Can't you at least pretend? I see the same shit every December.
も
Oh, it's not the same at all. It's totally different from last year. God, Toa. Christmas, so this place is packed even more than usual. Yeah, let's pass through here.
Ne.
Hey, Toa. Sup? Well, you see, Junko's planning this fun get-together. Oh yeah? At Rooster what? Yeah, and since we'll all be there, we were thinking we should do something special. Okay. So guess what we're doing?
Positive.
I'll bite. You gonna put on costumes or something?
も
We already did that for Halloween and Christmas. It's different from that. You know what? I'll just tell you the answer. Get this. A pie throwing competition.
そうか。
Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Wanna join us? No. Yeah, figured you'd say that. Didn't bother getting my hopes up.
え
But I'll be sure to take pics and show you afterwards. God, I can't wait.
気になるわ。
What is it? Guess Roost is the last place.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Savior! Yep. That's it for today. Thank you for coming. Ciao ciao for now.